Hello, welcome back to start traditionally with a footwork for this technique. So of course we begin in the position hanmi. The first movement is I will move my front foot to the side and bring the other foot to the front. So I'm moving to the side of the line of attack, and at the same time I'm changing hanmi. So from here, as I change the hands to grab the ikkyo, I will slide slightly back. It's more to move my center down, to become heavier, to take the balance of the uke with this movement. And from here, once I have the wrist of the uke and I can move on with the ikkyo, for the version Omotewaza, I will take a big step forward in front of the uke, turn my hips to finish the spiral movement of the ikkyo and take the balance of uke again. And once I control his balance, I can advance with the other foot diagonally towards the uke, and as he goes down, I descend on my knees for the immobilization. So we begin with the attack Kata-dori, which is a one-sided grab of the shoulder. And for the uke, it's actually better to grab me on the side than grab me from the top, because if he grabs here, I still have all the freedom of movement in my arm. If he grabs from the side, he can control me better, so I cannot strike him directly, at least, okay? So now the first movement is a cut to the side with a step to the side, and this can be actually referred to as a movement with a sword. So if I take the sword, I cut and I move to the side. And the second movement is adjustment of the second foot coming in the direction of the uke, and connection here on the center line so that I can take his balance. And from here, I will prepare to grab the ikkyo by sliding slightly my body back, my feet back, and bringing my center down so I become heavy, and I can slide my hand towards the wrist, still keeping the balance of Durward under control.
Now from here, once we've got the wrist in place, we've done the opening, we're going to move into the Ikyo Omotewaza. And now for this Omotewaza, we're going to stay in front of our partner here, in this side. Okay, so we're going to fill in the arm here and connect from the ground up. And so as I drop and turn, that's going to raise his arm. Okay, so I'm going to turn from the body, turning his arm, and this hand will come into place behind the elbow. Okay? And that way. Now from here, to be able to continue with the ikkyo, I need to advance. I'm going to advance with this front foot and leave this space open. So I've got the wrist, I've got the elbow, I advance, and I've still got this space open. I've got the elbow from underneath, I still have the wrist, and I'm going to apply the ikkyo here, connecting into his body and going all the way until he loses the balance here, so touching the balance all the way to the ground. Once I'm in this position, I can continue forward and come down all the way for the pin. Let's go over a few details for the ikkyo pin. This is a very basic pin, and there are several different ways to do this, but I'm going to show you how we teach it in our dojo. So when we have the pin here, we've brought our partner down with the ikkyo, so coming underneath the elbow, and we still have the wrist. Okay? Those two essential points, but particularly the elbow. Okay? We don't want to push down on top of the elbow, but kind of rolling the elbow almost slightly forward, and that connects into his body, into the shoulder. Now, in terms of the space here, the body, I want to fill in the space here so there's less space for him to move around, okay, or to wiggle. Okay, wiggling means he can move around a lot. So I want to fill in the space a little bit without necessarily causing any trauma to him right now. So just a simple holding in place, and I use my body to kind of support that. Okay? And that way then I pretty much have his body in place. It doesn't mean he can't move, and so if he does to try to move or something like that, I just want to stay with him. Okay? And even if he's here, I can also bring in that second arm and continue the pin. Something like that. So I have the space to be with him.
If you like our video, give us a thumb up and share it with your friends. You can also subscribe to receive notifications about new videos being published. More information is available in the channel description as well as through the links section.